Liberty Professionals, Elmina Sharks, Karela United, Legon Cities, then Wild Stars.
Then Wild
They
Stars.
were all participating in the Premier League. Now, that specific season, the Premier League was won in the second round, and that was when Heart of Folk overtaked Gianna FC and Karela United to win the Premier League, and they won it after match day 27.
Okay, this was under Samuel Bwedu.
Yes, and so in the second round, after match day 27. Now, in the 2021-22, Dr. Prosper Nateogum took over Kumasi Asante Kotoko after finishing third place with Wafa in the 2020-2021 season, where even in the last game, which was the coronation match for Heart of Folk, they lost by a goal to nil. Wafa beat them, and so it was one of the good sides that Wafa paraded those years. And so he took over Kotoko, and that season he won the league in the first round after match day 11. And guess what? That season, after match day 10, it was Ediana who were on top of the league. Kotoko were second. They played in Doma. Kotoko beat them 2-0. Kotoko went top of the league after match day 11
and stayed there
to the end
of
the season. Now in 2022-23 season, we're also expecting some good performance. Then it was a season when Mediama won the league, but surprisingly, Mediama struggled. In fact, just that season after match day 3, they had to part ways with David Duncan.
I remember. I remember.
Yes, Duncan has to leave. Then the assistant coach Umar Abdurabi took over the team. Then after match day 19, they went to Temali. They also RTU. He also resigned. So match day 20, they brought Augustine Evans Adote. And so it was the season when Jonathan Soa also signed in the second round. Eventually, they won the league after match day 31. They went top of the league after matches. So
wow, that was close to the end of the league.
So let's see, 2020-21, it was second round. 2021-22, first round. 2022-23, second round. Now let's move on. Then Samatex became a champion in the Premier League in the 2023-24 season when they made their debut in the 2022-23 season. In fact, they were among the 4 teams that gained promotion together with Inswatraman, Kotoku Royals, Temali City. They gained promotion to the Premier League, and one of the teams, Temali City, represented Ashanti Gold, the slot of Ashanti Gold. That is why we had 4 teams qualifying for that season's Premier League. But eventually, it was a season where Samatex won the league, and prior to that season, the Mediama had won the league in the second round. And then that season, Samatex took over from match day 14. They went top of the league match day 14. That was it.
Okay.
First round.
So I see the pattern. So I noticed that in the years you've mentioned, it's almost like the thing alternates.
Yes.
So you had one team winning the league after going top in the first round. The next season's winner came after they topped in the second round, or they went top in the second round. Then we went back to Asante Kotoko under Dr. Prosper Nateogum, won in the first round. Then you had Mediama match day 31. They go top. They eventually win the league. Okay, and then Samatex
won in the first round. Then last season, Gold Stars actually even after match day 33, we didn't know them.
That's true.
And so
Lions were still in the mix.
Yes,
Nations were still in the mix. Kotoko were still in the mix. I remember
until the last day. And then Gold Stars were crowned champions. So this season's league, per the history, is supposed to be won in the first round. So it means that as we build up to match day 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, if the gap is 5-6 points, trust me, the person is gone.
Well, well, history tells us that. We don't know what the actual football will say. Now, for those who are wondering, the first round of the league will last 17 games.
Yes.
So when we say the first round, we mean after match day 17. So listeners, that's the context.
Yes. So we are looking at the league table, and Mediama Sporting Club are on top with 16 points. Ediana 15, Heart of Lions 14, Samatex 13, Heart of Folk 13. Kotoko have a total of 3 matches to play. Now let's give Kotoko 6 points out of the possible 9. And if you give them 6 points, they have 8. If you
takes them to 14,
11, takes them to 14. It brings them to the top 4. And so
if they win everything, they go top of the table.
Top of the table will be with 19 points.
17
points. And so if Kotoko should win all matches, they go 17 points. If Kotoko wins 2 of the matches, they go 14. And it means that they are part of the top 4. Now, if you look at the top 4, interestingly, Mediama Sporting Club and for Mediama, they won the league in 2022-23 season. Now they have Tanko Ibrahim. In fact, one of the sides that started preseason earlier, they went to Ivory Coast. They went to do some camping there, and then now they are chasing for the league title. They didn't do too much of signings, but eventually, if you look at what they did, they made sure that they kept the experienced players like Kamara Dini Mahmoud, the right back who was part of the Black Stars for some time.
Yeah,
he's still with the team. If you look at goalkeeper Felix Che, he's been part of the team since 2022-23 season when he signed from Karela United. And then they've managed to get Yusuf Mubarak, Rich Saki. These are experienced centre backs, and so it means that they've done something right. But it's well balanced side with more attacking side. But if you see Mediama currently, one of their strength is their attack, and so I'm not surprised that they are scoring more goals, having goals difference of 8 and being top of the league. For Aduana FC, they did massive recruitment.
Just before you continue, just for context, for those who are wondering, Mediama have scored 12 goals this season, and they've conceded 4.
Yes,
scored 12, conceded 4. They are the league's top scoring side now.
Yes, so goals difference per what we have seen. In fact, they have got a lot of goals difference per what we have on the league table. Now, Aduana FC did a lot of recruitment, and if you have a side that went in for, remember, Adomakon Boatin from Accra Lions, a right back, William Denchis won the league with Hartlepool, he's won with Gold Stars. Left back. And then if you look at Bright J, he's back in the squad. They went for Mizaki Free from Brekum Chelsea. He's a very potent striker. They've went for Obin Setra Gregory, goalkeeper from Brekum Chelsea. They did some massive recruitment. Charles James Kamara. They still have Sam Adams also in their midst. And so they have a very good team. Heart of Lions consistently one of the most consistent side, and when we are previewing their games, we are going to look at why I think they are the most consistent side in the Premier League. FC Samatex, after winning the league, they've bounced back and trying to, their biggest strength is at home. But if you look at the top 6, but you can add Kumasi, Asante Kotoko. They are title contenders. That's Mediama, Aduana, Heart of Lions, Samatex, Hartlepool, Gold Stars, and Asante Kotoko. For the first time, we have about 7 teams who are title contenders. Years ago, we talk about Hearts Kotoko. At a point, we talk about Hearts Kotoko, Aduana. At a point, we also look at Hearts Kotoko, Mediama, Aduana. Now, Mediama have won the league before, they are title contenders. Aduana have won the league twice, they are title contenders. Heart of Lions are yet to win, but they are title contenders. Samatex have won one league title. They are title contenders. Heart of Folk, Gold Stars have won the league once, title contenders. So, it looks like if you have ever won the Premier League, then you are an automatic title contender because you know as in how to put things together and go in for the league title. Now, at the relegation zone, Basake All Stars, interestingly, are yet to score a goal in the league after they've played 6 matches. They are yet to score even an offside goal. And
they don't have a goal to their name.
Yes, and that is a big challenge. If you want to win the league, you have to be consistent home and away. And even if you will not be consistent away, there are times that you even go away and you fail to score. For Nations FC, in the 2023-24 season, when they make their Premier League debut, they scored 4 away goals.
4 away goals all season.
Yes, and they won 4 away games.
So which means they won 1-0, 1-0.
And that was it.
So that's 12 points on the road.
Yes, and that was it. And they conceded and lost all their remaining fixtures. And so you might not be too good away, but even at home, you should be scoring. And that is why Basake finds themselves here. 11 Wonders didn't start their preseason on time. And as we speak, Neo Datelamte has left his position as the head coach of the team. And for Basake All Stars, Augustine Vasadote is also under pressure. Some of the coaches are under pressure. And then with Dormon, Dreams FC, he's also under pressure. Some Wedu is also under pressure. Chelsea. And so 18, 17, 16, 15. And as we speak, this Premier League table gives us an indication that the Premier League is so competitive and that if you fail to amass points, it is just only Heart of Lions who have finished at the bottom in the first round and have avoided relegation the last 5 seasons. No team has ever done that.
Only Pando Heart of Lions have been bottom of the league
in the first round.
Yes. And avoided relegation. So which means that if you are in that bottom part
after match day 17,
you are most likely to stay there.
You are staying. We can't even move to 17. And Kotoko Royals is an example. They stayed there. Elmina Sharks is an example. They stayed there. Liberty Professionals is also an example. They stayed there. You can't stay there and avoid relegation, and it is not possible. And so Basake Holy Stars would have to up their game if they really want to.
Dreams, Wonders, and Holy Stars, they need to get.
But for the 16-17, you can be there
and you can make it. The problem is when you are 18.
The first one. And so that is the challenge. Let's the newly promoted side. We have Hoho United, Sojo All Blacks,
and 11
Wonders. For 11 Wonders, currently they are battling relegation. And for Sojo All Blacks, what you have to do to avoid relegation is to be consistent at home. And so Sojo All Blacks, in 3 of their matches played at home, they've won 2, they've lost 1. And so even at home, you either beat them or they'll get the victory. And so they can only be consistent at home. For Hoho United, in 4 matches played in the Premier League at home, they've won twice, they've drawn 1, they've lost 1. And that's the draw against Young Apostles. And so if you want to stay in the Premier League, there's no magic. You can be very poor on the road, but for amassing points at home, you need to get the points.
And the other Stars, they are a testimony to that.
Yes.
When they won the league in 2010,
2009, 2010,
90% of their points came from home. Doma. They won almost all their home games.
And so that is it. How to focus are fifth because of their home form. In 4 matches at home, they won once.
Their away form is not so good. 1 win, 3 draws. They are unbeaten away though, but I mean just 1 win. And 3 draws.
And so how to focus are unbeaten. But let's look at the unbeaten teams. Maybe we'll find it interesting. Last season, it wasn't like this. Last season after match day 7, we had about 5 teams unbeaten, including Brekum Chelsea. But this season we have only 3. For Kotoko, they have played 4 matches, and so they have 3 more games. We can assess them very well after that 3 games. And so when we have all matches played from all teams, that is where we can do the proper assessment. And last season after match day 10, the unbeaten run ended, and that was only Gold Stars. Gold Stars were the only unbeaten side after match day 9 in the 2024-25 season. This year we have 3 teams, and we've played for 7 matches, but for FC Samatex, they're unbeaten, but a lot of draws. They have about 4 draws. And
1-3, drawn 4.
And Heart to Folk have gotten 3 wins and then 4 draws. And so it's just like FC Samatex. Kotoko have 2 wins, 2 draws. So more of the draws, more of the. And so these teams, what they are doing is that, look, let's avoid defeat and pick points on the road, manage to get 1 point, and that is really working out for them. So 3 teams unbeaten. Hatofo, Kotoko, Samatex has 7 games, Samatex 7 games, Kumasa, Asante Kotoko a total of 4 matches with 3 outstanding matches to be cleared. Next week they have a big deal with Hatofo at the Accra Sports. Maybe by then it will be like this. Maybe unbeaten, 2 unbeaten sides going to face each other. So that is it. Now let's look at the most away wins, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have only 7 teams who have won away after match day 7, and that
only 7 teams have won away from home.
That is Hatofok leads with 2. And so if we have 7 teams out of the possible 18 winning games away, and Hatofok have 2, then that is their biggest strength. Basake should be careful this weekend. Yes, that is their biggest strength. Now Kotoko have gotten 1. And so Hatofok have 2, 1 against Brekum Chelsea and 1 against Dreams FC away. And Kumasa Asante Kotoko 1 against Brekum Chelsea. Mediama have gotten it against Young Apostles in match day 1. And interestingly, they are only away in the last 11 on the road fixtures.
Wow. They've won 1 of their last 11 away games.
Yes, that's for.
So Mediama are not good travelers
they are not good at all. And then Hearts of Lions have gotten 1 against 11 Wonders. That game was played at the near JP.
The one was it 4-0 or something?
And then we have Gold Stars beating Sojo Blacks. Young Apostles also have 1, and that is also against 11 Wonders. And then we have Indiana FC against Hoho United. And so that is it. Now let's look at the interesting part of it. We'll look at the assists, and then we'll look at the penalties awarded. But let's focus more on the home wins. And Mediama poor on the road, but good at home. They have played 5 matches home this season.
They are unbeaten.
7, and then They are unbeaten at home. They've won 4 of the 5. They drew against Samatex. Maybe that win could have given them more of the points.
True.
And if you want to win the league, you have to be very consistent at home. Last season, Gold Stars won 14 of their 17 games. They lost once to Karela and they drew 4. And that is why they drew 3.
They drew 3.
Yes, and that is why they were crowned champions.
So that's 45 points.
Yes.
From a possible 51.
Yes, and then last 2 seasons, Samatex won 16 of their 17 home games.
So that's 48 out of a possible 51.
Yes, and they picked a total of 61 points as champions.
Which means they won only 13 points on the road.
Yes.
So that, as I said earlier, listeners, the Ghana Premier League is a very home-heavy league.
Yes.
So if you want to do well in the Ghana Premier League, win your home matches. Get 1 or 2 wins away from home. Avoid defeat for a good number of them, and potentially you could win.
You are champion.
Yeah.
Diana FC 4/4. They are yet to draw a fixture at home, and they've been very resolute in terms of home performance. Gold Stars, they have also won all their home games 3, and Heart of Lions have also won all their games. Karela have dropped points at home, and they should have been having more points. And one of the sides that did a lot of recruitment. Samatex also have 3. Samatex have drawn one of their fixture at home, and that is against Karela United. I have lost 1 fixture, I've drawn 1 fixture, 2 young apostles. We can't see Asante Kotoko here. It means that the Phobians and the Porcupines are not
doing too
because
well.
Kotoko 2 home games, they've won 1, they've drawn 1.
Yeah.
That is their draw against Heart of Lions.
If you look at listeners, for the home form table, Hearts of Oak are currently 12th. They've won only 1 game at home, and they've drawn 3. The latest of those draws was with Gold Stars last weekend, a 2-all draw at the Accra Sports Stadium. So just to put things into context, so you understand where Hearts of Oak are at the moment, they do relatively better away from home than at home.
Yes.
So that's something for people to think about.
Yeah, so we spoke about the top scorers, and we usually make comment that the Premier League does not really give us a lot of goals, especially individual players who score. But let's look at this: 7 matches, 6 goals. That's an improvement. 7 matches, 6.
I mean, it is. It's the challenge for me, Mo. Initially, I like this. The numbers are good. Atakumi has 6. Emmanuel Ano 5. Emmanuel Maf. Okay, so Atakumi of Gold Stars.
Yes.
If you are wondering, Emmanuel Ano of Nations FC 5.
Emmanuel Mafo
of Ediana
4. Richmond Opoku Young Apostles 4. And Safian Usman 3.
My challenge is the run and consistency. For example, I give you a player, Faisal Charity.
Yes, last season.
Yes, started brilliantly, was hot, got to 11, and that was it. The goals dry.
Last 2 seasons, Hamza Issa gave us 13 goals. Last season, gave us 5. Yes.
So it's the for now, it's good. Atakumi 6 goals out of 7 Gold Stars matches. It's great.
Yes.
Let's see how he can continue this run. And for the others.
I think that he's having his best season. I've watched him at Karela.
Okay.
Then now at Gold Stars, I think he's having his best season because last season he did well, but not too exceptional. But it looks like now he's potent. He scored the goals at home, 2 of the goals away, and that is the 2 goals against Heart of Oak. He's the first player to score against Heart of Oak this season. He's the first player to score against Benjamin Asari this season. The first player to record a brace in the Premier League this season. The first player to score a brace this season. Yes, against Heart of Oak. But Emmanuel Ano is the first player to score a hat-trick. He's the second top scorer. He has scored 3 against 11 Wonders, Nations FC, and so the first to score a hat-trick this season, and then the first to score a brace this season, but against Heart of Oak, and so that is that interesting one. Now, Samuel Atakumi has created 3 penalties this season, the most penalty created as a player. He scored the most penalties this season, joint with Bless Ege of Karela United, so 3-3, and so he's got so much data around him. I think he's having one of the best seasons. Emmanuel Ano, consistently last season, he's been deployed as an attacking midfielder, but sometimes they use him as a false 9, and that if you have used him as a false 9, he's giving you numbers. It means he's an improved player. Ano has been consistent since his days at Bichim United, and then Emmanuel Mafo, he signed for Diana last season prior to the start of last season from New Edubiasi United. And the last season, he was scoring until at some point in time, the goals were not coming again. But Mafu has started very well. He scored one of the best goals for Ijana against Hoho United. One of the goal of the season contender, and of course he's got something. Richmond Opoku, Young Apostles, he started very well. Let's see how Richmond Opoku would go in the course of the season. Osman Safiano is a midfielder. He's an attacking midfielder for Hoho United, and he has 3 goals to his credit, and so that's it. And Bless Ege has got 3 goals. This is only top 5.
The top 5.
And so we picked the top 5. But let's look at
you're talking about goals. My goal of the season contender is Ewadramani's outrageous long range from halfway in that game involving Mediama and Samate.
Next week we'll get the highlights. They will look at what the goalkeeper should have done and why he got it right, and we'll look at the other goal, the 2 goals. We can now do proper assessment and see which of the goals is the best. Let's look at the clean sheets, and it's also very interesting. We have Benjamin Asare, Heart of Folk 5, Lawrence Osei, Heart of Lions 5, and Lawrence Osei has been so consistent from last season. He's changed the Heart of Lions team. Heart of Lions team is actually the most consistent side in the Premier League. Now you can close your eyes and mention the starting 11, and even if one player is injured, you know who replaces the player. And Heart of Folk 5, Benjamin Asare, Lawrence Osei. Kwame has his vision. He played for Legon Cities last season. They were relegated, and at Vision FC, he has 1 assist to his credit as a goalkeeper.
1 assist?
Yeah, the only goalkeeper to assist this season after match day 7.
How did was it a long throw?
A long one, a long shot, and then the striker picked it up, got the goal. Musa Zakari of FC Samatex. I think Samatex produces a lot of goalkeepers. Last season,
when they won the league,
Kofi Ban, and then before that, they had Lawrence Hansa, one young goalkeeper, Lawrence Hansa. He's now signed for Nations FC. Yes, and so Felix Che, consistent from Karela in 2020. Felix Che signed for Karela when he's around 18, 19 years, and then he's been consistent in the Premier League. Maybe one of the most experienced goalkeepers in the Premier League. And so
I, of course, the clean sheet numbers will not do justice, but Kobe, for example. I mean, we talk about goalkeepers.
Kobe is one of the best.
Yes, in the league. Emmanuel Kobe is a very, very good
season
goalkeeper.
He was among the top 5.
Yes.
And we'll eventually find him here. We'll eventually find Kobe. As the season go by. And so that's it. But we've added some more to the data. And this is
the goal creators.
The goal creator. And you see, without the assists, we will not be talking about Solomon Eje. Obviously, I'm not sure Solomon Eje will come into our conversation, even till the season ends. Maybe we'll talk about him previewing their matches, but he wouldn't be so important in the season. But interestingly, he's created 4 goals for his side, FC Samatex, and Samuel Boama Kwanza, one of the most consistent midfielders. I love to watch him. His turnings, his passes, his consistency throughout the 90 minutes, his runs, and he's playing a key role in their success. Barry Maba, and he's a winger. He's played for Young Apostles, All Stars, 2 Nations FC, and he wasn't having enough playing time. They transferred him to the
Heart of Lions. Gold Stars.
That's Barry Maba.
Okay, Gold Stars.
Yes, he can be deployed as a striker, a winger, or an attacking midfielder. He's versatile, and currently Gold Stars deploy him as a winger. And trust me, he assisted one for Samuel Atakumi against Hato.
Okay.
Yes, he was the winger from the right
hand
was
side.
doing all the runs. And then Emmanuel Owusu of Mediama. He is also a former player of Bichim. Yeah, so I'm not surprised. He's got that something creative. He's a very good player. And then remember, he's a right back. So among the top 5 assists, only one defender. And
remember Boateng.
Remember Adumakun Boateng from Ijana FC. He's also a right back for them, but he's got the experience from Accra Lions. From New Edubiasi to Accra Lions in 3 seasons. And so for now, he's matured. Of course.
And of course, at Accra Lions, you are very sure that he's getting some good education. So you know that you are getting a player of good quality.
Yeah, so we have to build up to the match day 8 of the Ghana Premier League. But before we do that, let's look at the general statistics. Home wins are 35. Away wins
Ghana Premier League is a home-heavy league. That's if you are new to the Ghana Premier League, just remember that it's a home heavy.
And do you agree with me that Hearts and Kotoko are not winning the league because of late their home form have been very
That's true. They've not been as consistent as, because if you look at the numbers we've gone through, Samatex were doing what you were mentioning. Was it 13 of 17? Yes. Ediana in years by would do
about with that time we play 15. They would do about
14 or 15. You mentioned this team that did 16 of 17. Samatex did 16 of 17.
Mediama will give you 14.
14 of. So until Hearts and Kotoko can start to do these numbers at home, they are not going to win the league.
Yes, and that's it. And so that's it. And so the draws are 17. We have 112 goals scored, 78 for the home, 34 away, and in matches.
The matches here.
The 78 over 35 games and 34 over 8 matches. And then the first half goals. Obviously, you know the Premier League is we have more goals in the second half. And
it's not, why?
Because of the players that are being introduced in the second half.
Okay.
And usually the coaches, and so we should have to give credit to the coaches and how they are able to analyze the game and come out with strategies in scoring in the second half. And so, for last season it was same, last 2 seasons it was same, last 2 seasons it was the same.
Wow. They had more second half goals
than the first half.
And I'll be very curious to know the evolution of the second half goals. Let's say if we go back to, maybe we can have a good baseline. Let's say 4 or 5 seasons ago. I don't know if you have, maybe you can dig through your archives and you can share those numbers with us. The
minutes.
No, I'm talking about the trends of this, not in the minutes, but like, for example, you said last season it was the same. We had more second half goals. I just want to know the specific numbers from here. So we can, if you put it on a graph, to see whether or not the second half goals are increasing or decreasing season on season. It fascinates me a lot.
Yes. We have the total. We have the total goals on graph, but we have to do the first and second.
Yes, let's do the first. I just want to assess across the seasons.
Yes.
Right. Across. Let's say we can look at it, the totals at the end of, let's say, if you go back 5 seasons, then we can compare the second half goal numbers. Are they rising or dropping? But I think the general premise is that more goals are scored in the second half than the first.
So the 213 yellow cards, that's 3 per game.
Yeah, I was looking at that. 3.5, almost 3.6.
Yes.
Wow.
Averagely, that's
per game. 3 yellow cards per game.
It's okay. It's fair. It's fair. You know, usually when people say 213 in 16 matches, then they start. But it's 3.
When you work the number, it's about 3.5 per game.
Per game.
Yeah, 3 or 4 per game.
But if it is 4 per game, it's normal. 2 years, 2 years. I think that's fair. And then we have 8 red cards shown, and then penalty awarded. We have 13
so far.
And it's Kamara Dini Mahmoud against Wedro Blacks.
Clement, I saved that.
Yes, he saved that. So we have 3 own goals in the Ghana Premier League. I think it's fair enough. We have to build up to match day.
Yes. So match day 8 for our listeners. Let me give you the fixtures for match day 8. We'll get into each one specifically. Time check is 8:42. If you have any comments, you can send them to our WhatsApp. We'll go through those messages. Let's not forget that we'll be discussing the EFL Cup games from England and then touch on 1 or 2. The guys will be here. I see that the production side is full today. It's a full squad. Are you guys the substitutes coming in? Is that why we score more second half goals in the Ghana? Because I see that super squad. Immortal, I see Kelvin, I see Emmanuel Ayamga and co, Abigail and co. The lead strikers who are coming to score the goals in the second half.
And I'm also here.
Mo Shaban is also here. But we are starting the game though. We are scoring all the goals. So you won't have any to score. Anyway, the full fixture list for the Ghana Premier League match week 8. Bechem United and Nations, they start on Friday. It's a 3:30 p.m. game. Hohoe United take on Midiama. So Midiama are traveling. And if you've observed the pattern, we've noticed that Midiama's travels are usually not too beneficial to them. So that's on Saturday. The host of the games on Sunday. Brekum Chelsea welcome Vision FC. Gold Stars host Young Apostles. Dreams take on Samatex in a game Dreams must get something from. They must win, I think. Holy Stars versus Hearts of Oak. Hearts will look at this game and look at it with a lot of interest because they could potentially win. All Blacks face Heart of Lions in a very interesting game. Asante Kotoko hosts Karela. and 11 Wonders, who have lost their coach Neo Dati Lamte. They take on Aduana Stars. That game is on Monday. It's the final game of the round at 3 p.m. Okay, so I see the live game. So the ones on TV, Bechem United and Nations, Hoho United and Midiama, and Asante Kotoko taking on Karela. Mo, which of these games are the standout games that we should all pay attention to this weekend?
I think the live games are solid. Let me quickly rush you through, and then I'll add the Basake Heart of fixture to it. And so we are going to do the statistical analysis of the fixtures. We'll add to what to expect, the key players and the data around it. And so it's going to be more educative so that we understand. Now, Beche United Nations FC, interestingly, Nations FC have never won a Premier League game since their debut in 2023-24 against Bechem.
They haven't won a game against Bechem, and not at home, not away.
Yes. And again, Nations FC have never scored a goal at the Nana Fosuji Ballpark against Bechem United.
So listeners, the Nana Fosuji Ballpark is where Bechem United play their home games, for those who don't know.
Yes.
Nations have never scored a goal there.
Never. And their first season, the 2023-24, they lost 3-0. Their second season, last season, 2024-25, they lost 2-0. 5 goals conceded, 0 goals scored. And then...
So this weekend, they will lose on 1-0.
No, but this is the first part of the statistics. I'm taking you to the second part of it. And so per the first part, it gives an advantage to Bechem United. Again, Nations FC have appointed a new coach. That's Frimpong Manson.
This is his
Interestingly, Frimpong Manson as a coach has never lost to Bechem United.
He hasn't lost to Bechem before. I see.
And even this season, he has played against Bechem match. They beat them 2-1 at Danks Park.
Okay. Gold Stars.
Last season, he went to Bechem to beat them 2-0. Yes, and even as a coach of Buffalo, he didn't lose to Bechem United.
Does he have something personal? Like, is it something he doesn't like Bechem, or I don't know?
So the first data shows that Bechem have the advantage because of their strength against Navy. But the second data shows that the Nations coach is exceptional and could cause a surprise against Bechem. You know, the former coach of Nations FC was a former coach of Bechem, and that is Kasim
Mingo,
Yes, and so he qualified the team for the second time to the Premier League, Bechem United. When they came in the first season, 2011-2012, they were relegated. He came to pick the team from Division 1, qualified them in the Premier League, came back again in the 2020-21. After 2 seasons, he went to Nations FC, and then he tried to transform Nations FC, but then he failed to score a goal at the Nana Fosuji Park. Now Frimpong Manson takes over. Now, if you pick Bechem United in their last 3 games played at home, they are unbeaten. They've drawn 2, they've won once. They drew against Basake, they drew against Heart of Folk, and then they won to Vision. And again, no team has scored against Bechem United at the Nana Fosuji Park this season in 3 matches. But then they are not scoring more. Yes. And for Nations FC, they've lost all their away games this season. 3-0 points going to the fixture against Bechem United. So a dicey fixture. But then August Nokra is back in the squad.
For Bechem.
Yes, he's assisted one. They will miss out their striker Dalvin Yeboah because of injury, but Foster Sakite is expected to lead the attack of the team as the center forward. And then they have one of the skillful wingers, I call him the darling boy of the league, Emmanuel Aban. He's also going to start from the left side. And so this is going to be all attacking. And for Nations FC, Richard Danso will start from the right side. Emmanuel Ano will be there, and then Faisal Chawete will be from the left side. And so it's going to be all attacking game. But it looks like Bechem are going to use more of the flank because of Okra. He is from the flank. And for Nations, they are going to use the center forward because of the strength of Emmanuel Ano. And so the strength of Nations from the center forward area, and then the strength of Bechem will be from the flank. If Bechem fails to do a lot of crosses, they are not going to score. If Nations FC do not create space around the 18-yard box of Bechem United, then they are also going to struggle. So a tough one. Let's move on to the Saturday fixture where Hoho United meet Midiama SC. Like I said, from last season, Midiama 11 games played away on the road. They've won once, they've lost 10 out of the 11.
This is disturbing.
Yes, they've lost 10 out of the 11, and that is where Tanko Ibrahim was now put attention to, because if you want to win the league, then you have to start picking 1 point away.
You talk about that run. So if I'm correct, that run will go back to what?
January.
January.
Yes, from January.
From January this year.
Yes.
Okay.
2025.
In 2025, they have not won.
Yes.
They've won one away game in 11.
Yes, and they've
lost 10.
Yes, and so that's a difficult one for Hoho United. I think I said I'll test them with a big game, and that was against Indiana, and that is
they
why
lost. They lost that game,
and so it is likely. In the big games, they are likely to drop points unless
what went wrong in that game?
Because of experience. Yes, a newly promoted side would have to have a feel of that, and so things have changed. You know, Hoho United try to keep their players that gain promotion with them. That is Sena Ati, Osman Safiano, William Odulu, Abbas Ganiyu. Abbas has played the Premier League. In fact, he has a record in the Premier League in the 2021-22 season. A player to score in 7 consecutive league games.
Okay.
That year he played for 11
Wonders. Okay.
Yes, and so
when Wonders were a better team,
yes,
not now.
Not now. And so Abbas Ganiyu is leading their attack. And they have Kwame Paul as a centre back. They have Alosode, John Alosode is also there. We have Prince Amevo, Beve. They have equally good players.
One of their players was in the assist numbers.
Yes, that's
Osman Safian.
Yes,
3.
Yes, they have a good squad, but in fact, the exposure is not really there. The pressure would come. And then for Mediama, the only way Hoho can avoid conceding is to make sure that Prince Owusu, the Black Star boy, Kevin Nkrumah, and then one other player, Emmanuel Owusu, do not find their feet at Derek Fojo. You see, Mediama are more offensive side.
Yeah.
Now, to avoid conceding against Mediama, you have to dominate and dictate the pace. When you allow them to dictate the pace, these players will also
you have problems.
Especially when they have better attackers than Indiana. Indiana have got good attackers because Mizaki Free and then Imano Mafu. And then Henny Amponsan, these strikers dominated Hoho and they scored. And so if you are going to play against a side that have from their midfield to the attack are all offensive, because Salim Adams is a defensive midfielder for Mediama, but he will be more offensive. He's former Heart-to-Folk midfielder. And so it worked for them. So Mediama are also going to use the wings. And you know one thing, Mediama they have a right back, Kamada Dini. Last season he was a right back with the most goals, 8 goals. This season he already has 2. And so you would always see Kamada in the 18-yard box of Hoho United, especially from set piece, corner kicks, everything. You see him there. And so for Hoho United to take advantage, they have to also cut in. And Hoho plays one top. They have Abbas Ganiyu as their centre forward and rely on wingers. So the advantage Hoho will have in this game is that while Mediama were attacking more,
they can hit them.
They can hit them from the counter.
Hit them on
that
the
is
counter.
The advantage they have. If they fail to take their chances from the counter, Mediama could get a goal, and that would be.
I mean, and you talk about Mediama's midfield, and it's a very, very strong midfield, a very attack-minded midfield.
Salim Adams, Emmanuel Owusu, Prince Owusu.
Those are, I mean. These are
Derek Fojo.
So
and then
even their central midfielders have attacking instincts, right?
And then they are right and left by Desmond Bafu, the left back. Kabadin Mount.
They are always bombing forward.
Yes, and that is why, if you watch why they lost to Heart-to-Folk last season at the TNA Stadium, you could see that. Heart-to-Folk use a counter. Almost all their players will go. Then it will be 2v1, 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 and then they score. And that is the challenge.
So Hoho United, you need to be very careful against Mediama. And as Mo said, it's true. When you allow Mediama to dominate a game, you are likely to be in trouble. And Mediama do have a very strong history of very solid midfielders. Kwesi Donsu. One of my favorite midfielders in the Eric Kwakwa, Rashid Notte,
Joseph Tetezuta.
So these guys, so if you are, there's this tradition about Justice Blay about having very good midfielders. So if you allow them to dominate a game,
that's it.
You are going to struggle.
That's it. And so that's it. Let's talk about Kotoko Karela. With the Kotoko Karela, I think we have some data here.
There was some numbers, some Karela numbers, very good.
Going into the fixture. What do you see? I want you to go through and I'll tell you.
Okay, this is what I will say.
Okay.
One, from a numbers perspective, Kotoko do not score a lot against Karela.
Yes.
At home. 2, Kotoko only have 2 wins in their last 5.
Yes.
For 3 straight seasons, they drew 1-1. Okay, so at least from the numbers, that's what I can say, that Kotoko do not typically do well against Karela, even though it is 5 unbeaten, but 2 wins and 3 draws.
Statistically, Kotoko would have to score 2 goals to win.
Yes,
because Karela
more than they need to score more than 2.
Yeah, Karela is likely to score 1.
Yeah.
So 2-1, 1-1, 1-1, 1-1, 1-0.
Yeah.
And this is an improved Karela side over the last 5.
Yeah.
This Karela side is the most improved over the last 5. Yeah. And
add to the fact that Asante Kotoko no longer have Albert Amoah
in the squad. And
Kwame Poku may come back, but he's still. I doubt if he's coming.
Doubtful for the fixture. Yes.
So which means that Kotoko now need to find goals somewhere.
Yes. They have to score 2 to get 2-1. Kotoko have to score 2 to get the 2.
Because Karela is likely to score 1. Yeah.
They are likely to get their 1. Now, even when Kotoko, so let's go maybe for the audience, 2-1, 2020-21, 2021-22, 1-1 at Kotoko's home, 2022-23, 1-1, 2023-24, 1-1, 2024-25, Karela fails to score. So the only season where Kotoko can score 1 and sleep is when Karela fails to score. But Karela getting the goal against Kotoko is high, 1 goal, and Karela cannot score more than a goal against Kotoko. Now, Karela this season have been very good, but they are going to face a side that in the last 13 matches at home, they've won 11, they've drawn 2. They've scored in each of their last 13 home games at the Babayara. The last time Kotoko lost a fixture was way back in 17th November 2024 at home, and that was played at the Obuasi Linkley, where they lost 2-1 and they lost 2-0 to Nations FC. That's it.
Yeah, okay.
From there, Kotoko in 13 games, league games, they've won 11, drawn 2. They've drawn 2 twice against Heart of Lions and against Bechem United. Only Bechem and Heart of Lions have picked points. Heart of Oak have lost there, Gold Stars have lost there, Vision FC have lost there, Ediana, Brekum Chelsea, all teams are Basake only stars apart from Bechem and also Heart of Lions. And Heart of Lions, the last time they played at home was 0-0. Now for Karela United, they lost to Hohoi 4-1 at Hohoi Stadium. Aside that, they've picked the points against Samatex 1-1. And so Karela on the road are not bad. Possibly picking a point. They even if they will lose, they will score 1 goal. And so an example against Hohoi, they lost 4-1. They drew 1-1 to FC Samatex as well. So picking a point at home away is positive for them.
The away run so far in the league is 2 draws and a loss.
Yes, and so they are likely to go out there and get that 1 goal going into the fixture. Now for Kumasa Asante Kotoko, the question is that without Albert Amoah, who takes over? Kotoko usually deploy the 4-3-3 formation, where if Albert Amoah is part, he will be part of the wingers
who play from the right,
or usually from the right, and Morifin Donsu, and then we have Peter Amidu Akwa
from the left.
But it looks like this time they have to rely on Inusa from the right side, then Peter Amidu Akwa, and then Morifin Donsu. Now they have no option than to build confidence in Morifin Donsu until he gets his first goal. Maybe when they get from a penalty, they give it to him, then he starts building his confidence. And in the midfield, Walid Fuseni is one key player for Kumasa Asante Kotoko. He is going to play as an offensive midfielder, and then Lord Hilary Adabo will be deployed as a defensive midfielder going into the fixture. And so that is the advantage. Kotoko in the midfield, Walid would have a lot of work to do. Emmanuel Intri would start from the bench. Baba Yaya is back from injury. Saka Dauda is also a winger. He's also back from injury. And these are a lot of options for Kumasa Asante Kotoko. For Karela United, this is a new set of team.
Last season was very difficult for them, so they went improving their team.
They have Bless Ege, Ivan Sosewusu, and then Malik Abubakar, a striker, and so they go with the 4-2-3-1 formation, and so Malik will be in attack, but they have 2 wingers who joins the midfield, and that is Bless Ege and then Eric Ntrikunedu. So they will be joining. But for Ivan Sosewusu, maybe he will be coming in as a sub going to the fixture against Kumasa Asante Kotoko. An advantage for Kotoko based on their home records, and for Karela United based on what they are doing this season. Playing against Kotoko is so much a motivation for them, and so that really makes it more dicey going into the fixture. Let's see how the Karela defense of Fatah Mohammed, Ali Al-Hassan, a left back, Fatah Mohammed, a right back, Gariba Faisal, a centre back, and then Yaya Abdurrahman, a centre back, blocks Kotoko from penetrating. But let's see how without Albert Amoah, Kotoko can. The last time they played against Nations without Albert Amoah, they failed to score. Let's see how they go into the fixture. Let's look at the last game. This game, Basake House of Folk. I want to tell you some interesting story of Basake Holy Stars. Basake have played 18 matches at home since making their debut in the 2024-25 season in September 2024. They've lost twice. The 18 matches, they've lost twice. They've won 10. They've drawn 6.
Okay, that's very good. That's very good home form. 30. So that's 36 points.
Yes.
From a possible 54.
10 plus 6 plus 2. That's 18, right?
Yeah, 10, 6 to 18.
Yes.
So out of a possible 54, they've picked up 36.
Now
30 from wins, 6 from draws. Okay.
So they've lost twice, right? Now the teams that they've lost to, Basake is a Western Regional side. They've lost to only Western Region teams, Gold Stars and Medium.
Okay.
So if you're not a Western Region team,
you can't beat them at home.
But 6 draws, Heart of Oak 0-0, Kotoko 1-1, Dreams FC 1-1, Ediana 0-0. So a possible 0-0 if you are playing them away. Now, Heart of Oak away too are not conceding. Now, Heart of Oak are unbeaten in their last 14 league games, both home and away.
They're unbeaten in their last 14
league games, both home and away.
Wow.
14. Both home and away combined, 14.
But the reason why, again, listeners, the reason why you look at that record and ask, okay, so why are they not in the mix for the title? It's because a lot of that unbeaten run is built on draws.
Yes, draws. Yes. And so that is it. But Heart of Oak this season away, combined from the last 6 they are unbeaten. The last 6 they won 4.
Okay. Okay. I don't know if you are still on. Okay. I can't hear Mo. It looks like Mo's mic is off. We'll get back to Mo in a second. This is still the Sporty Breakfast. You can send in your comments 054-257-1061. We'll be wrapping up the Ghana Premier League chit chat in a bit there for you. We'll be wrapping up in a bit. We are talking about Basake Holy Stars taking on Accra Hearts of Oak. Hearts of Oak are on the road. Mo, you were dealing with.
Yeah, so Hearts of Oak are unbeaten away 6. And that's an impressive record. But the draws are many.
That's the thing.
But they are picking some points on the road as well. But
the last away win they got was at Brekum Chelsea. 2-0. And very late in the game.
It is part of the last 6. Beating them last season, later parts, beating them this season also. And so that's possible. But the problem is that Basake have never scored this season. 6 games, 0 goal. And I'm looking at how they can penetrate the Hearts defense of Kevin Osei, David Opafani, and the left back